And there goes Stermy. So ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for these guys. They've made it to the upper bracket finals. They've been the two stars of the tournament thus far, and one of them is going to be moving into the grand finals. First map, Glorious Heights, and we're with Stermy that gets the Mega and the yellow armor, moving over towards, oh, he actually backed away from the LG there. I think he must have heard Cypher, and he's going to take the Cypher's yellow and railgun, and that's huge because he's going to have every bit of health you see, extra over 100, is his advantage over his opponent. So right now, he's got about 70 more health, but just, 23 less armor, and that's a really nice rocket from Cypher. That's going to nullify it, but still, nice play from Stermy. Tricky start, and Cypher wasn't really ready for that one, so definitely on his game here, Stermy.
Here we go, maybe a first kill about to income, and Stermy down to just 3 HP. That 25 was there to help him, but surely he's not going to make the jump over. He's actually not, and that was a great move from Cypher. Rather than taking the obvious over to the Mega, he actually just pushed straight down that middle area, tried to cut Cypher off at the 50 HP bubble, which worked out perfectly for him. This is going to be the conversion as well, I think. I mean, that red armor was picked up in the process, and basically Stermy's just trying to collect as much as he can here to stay alive as long as he can, and at least deny that stuff from Cypher.
Yeah, Stermy really hurt right now. He's down to 17 health and only 10 armor. He's lucky that red armor's spawning first, so he knows that where Cypher should be coming from. So Cypher does take the red, and he's going to be... This is weird from Cypher because he's actually now not in position to take the Mega. So he didn't even want to factor that there was a chance to take Mega when maybe there was. But either way, Stermy's going to be really happy. He's got 180 health, 60 armor, and he's ready to fight. And he's even positioned himself over by the red, because that's the next big pickup for Stermy. If he gets the red armor, he's pretty much 200, and then he's like a force to be reckoned with. So Cypher can't let him have this red easy, and that's where Stermy's going to be.
Well, Stermy is on that, and Stermy is going to collect this red armor without actually really taking any damage, and he's put the damage out onto Cypher. There comes a rail. But, 200, it's not doing all that much damage. He gets that yellow as well. 7 minutes 50 to go. And here is Cypher, LG Prime. He actually switched out and connected with the rail.
Yeah, his LG all missed actually there as well. So the railgun's been really good to him there.
Well, Cypher's going with the LG once again. Stermy actually hits the rail as he fades away through that teleporter. But red armor is available. And Stermy very nervous to make that jump actually, but in the end Cypher wasn't covering anyway.
Yeah, he didn't have any rockets, Stermy, so he didn't want to drop down. And then when he hesitated to drop down, noticing he had no rockets, he had no option, and now, it is going to lead to his death eventually, because allowing Cypher to do too much damage, take too much items, nice kill by the Mega. But Stermy isn't being outclassed so much here, but it does seem that Cypher is hitting a lot more shots. I'm not even sure, railgun-wise, at 50% for Cypher, 50% for Stermy, but still, it just seems that Cypher's hitting a lot of shots around the power-ups as well. When there's a red armor of a spawning, Cypher hits 2 railguns and Stermy hits 0, but then Stermy can hit railguns back, but it's not at a crucial moment, so Cypher's having a much better time.
Right, now Cypher trying to push his way into that Mega health room, and he's done a load of damage, and look at that LG. And Stermy comes through the teleporter, no problem for Cypher, and he actually got Stermy before he picked up Mega health as well, which is even better. Red armor is available for Cypher as well. His rail's just slightly too late. And Stermy's got away there with 100 health, and I'll obviously have that 50 armor from the yellow to work with. So we've got a good few seconds in the kind of downtime between those big power-ups. The good thing for Stermy is that he's in the pivot point.
Yeah, Stermy's in the pivot point. Cypher knows it, but the great thing is Stermy's going to try and delay Cypher coming in with rockets. He's done so successfully, but Cypher hasn't really backed away yet. And this is dangerous for Stermy because he needs the Mega, and Cypher came through a little bit too late. Stermy hits 2 railguns, but craters off the damage from Cypher, and that's going to put him on minus. But Cypher was so hurt there. Cypher had only like 40 health, 0 armor, and that was a little bit unfortunate for Stermy, but that's just credit to Cypher, really knowing how to push himself to his limits, and then, of course, pushing his opponent to theirs as well. And Cypher comes up top once again.
Here we go again. Cypher's got him hurt. You can hear the screams of Stermy, and he actually went through the teleport, and Stermy, survives with 3 health. He's got 150 armor though. Not that it'll last very long when he's only got that 3 health, but you know, he can slowly regenerate himself and actually maybe even get into a fighting position from this stage.
Stermy just needs to make a kill happen, and he needs to happen in the next minute. He's got enough armor, and he's got position on the red. He needs to take the red and then work with 200 armor to fight against Cypher. There you go. Now he's got pretty much everything he needs to pick a fight. He can't, in a losing position expect to have 200, but this is as good as it's going to get. So he needs to start hitting. But Cypher does have that 180, and hits the first railgun shot, and that ruins every plan that Stermy was going to have going for him. And look at this, look at these rockets from Cypher, they're not even real. You know, even Stermy doesn't expect them to be coming in at that angle, and Cypher just picks up such an easy frag after hitting some of the best rockets of the tournament, shooting from a lower ledge. And you know, he's making easy work of Stermy on this map, and I'm not sure what map pick this was, you know, who picked it. If it was Stermy, he's going to be very disappointed, but I expect it might have even been Stermy as well.
Couple of rails in a row hit, couple missed in a row, and the one to finish was quite spectacular there from Cypher. That puts him 7 points clear. He's hitting a 43% rail, and right now Stermy hitting a 50% rail, actually higher, but his LG, Stermy's LG is only at 10%, which is not something you see all that often from Stermy, to be hitting such a small number.
Yeah, Cypher's aim is just really good though today, and his LG to railgun aim, his rocket aim, even from any range. Cypher's just hitting rockets from every single range, and it's just so hard for Stermy right now because he's going through the motions, he's doing what he knows is best, he's turning up where he needs to be, but then Cypher just lays down so much damage. And you know, the one thing about how Cypher does damage to you as well, it's so annoying because you don't often end up doing damage back to him. He's a master of just kind of hitting you and getting away. And you can see, you know, Stermy barely got a shot onto him, almost had a second shot, but Cypher gets through the teleporter, and now Cypher hits 2 big rockets, again. And there's comes a third, and one more will finish him off. And all Stermy can say about it is 1 rocket. So it's just so hard to keep Cypher down, because even when he gets into these fights where you expect people to be losing so much health and armor, you know, Cypher doesn't. And he's just so good at this, and that's such a problem for pro gamers playing against him.
Well, he's going to set up the rail here as he tries to maybe keep Stermy away from this red armor. And Stermy's done enough damage to force Cypher away, who, you know, delayed that mega a real ton. And actually for, you know, maybe 30, 40 seconds even. And that will put the mega health at a decent distance from that red armor. Stermy actually down low there. And if we switch over to Stermy, we can see that, you know, they're not too far different in terms of health and armor. It's all about who is going to get the jump. Red armor is available, and Stermy's kind of just left it away, but he is going to catch Cypher. Good rockets, and Stermy comes through down to 1.
3 direct rockets, that's 300 damage, and it was Stermy who actually got the first shots off, and Cypher can just turn it on its head so quickly. And you know, in Stermy's position, any professional player would just be like so frustrated, and it's almost like, what can I do feeling right now? Because everything that, you know, on this map hasn't gone Stermy's way. So next map, he just needs to make sure he keeps his head high. He needs to make sure that he goes in with the mentality that, you know, he can be a champion again, and so he just can't let it affect him. But right now, he feels no way near a champion, let alone a pro gamer versus Cypher, because that's how good Cypher's playing right now.
1.5 minutes to go, and it is that 10-point advantage that probably even with this time frame should see Cypher going into the second map with a 1-0 lead. And Stermy knows that he has to make a move very, very soon if he wants to stand any kind of chance to at least pull a few frags back into this one. If not, going with the loss after the first map anyway. And that was a good finish from Stermy.
Yeah, good kill there from Stermy, but still, Cypher ended up doing like a 90-degree flick, mid-air rocket shot, which actually connected, connected with Stermy while he was mid-air, which was absolutely crazy. So it's like even when you pressure Cypher, he's still hitting you, and Stermy just got the frag, Cypher gets the yellow off the spawn. Stermy does get the mega, which gives him a big advantage, but there was a nice shot from Cypher. So there comes a second railgun, and that's the problem. Oh, a rocket to plasma gun combo.
Nice.
What a great move, and Stermy makes something spectacular happen still, and that's really good for his morale as well. I mean, you know, to be able to pull off such wonderful shots, at least at the end of the game, that you know you're not going to take end of map of not end of the game, but you know we'll at least keep his morale hopefully high for the next map. There you go, Stermy to kill, but Cypher getting himself one as well.
Do you know the next map?
No, sorry, I was completely engrossed in the Cooler Strengths game when they were doing map picks at least.
Yeah, well, we'll find out that in a second anyway. So it's going to end here in the first map. Obviously, this is a winner's bracket semi-final if you're joining us here at QuakeCon or at home, and the winner will go through into the grand final.